Every day you wake up and start your morning ritual. News, breakfast, and a cup of that precious beverage, coffee. And you are not the only one who appreciates this bitter beverage. But do you know when we all started drinking coffee? History of coffee begins a long time ago in the heart of Africa, a country located in the East Africa, Ethiopia. Ethiopia holds a special place in the history of human civilization. It is home to the first evidence of humankind, one of several ancient African cultures, and one of the oldest Christian churches in the world. It is also probably one of the first places coffee was consumed. Not as a brew, but as food. Ethiopians discovered coffee by chewing the berries. However, it did not take long for the coffee to become a staple of Ethiopian culture and daily life, which it remains up to today. Coffee made its way north, across the Red Sea into Yemen in the 15th century. It then started to be grown here in the Yemeni district of Arabia, and by the 16th century it was known in Persia, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey. The world's first coffee house was opened in Constantinople in 1475, now known as Istanbul. Coffee was drunk at home as part of the daily routine, as well as to show hospitality to guests. Outside of the home, people visited coffee houses to not only drink coffee but to engage in conversation, listen to music, watch performers, play chess, gossip, and catch up on news. By the 17th century, coffee had made its way to Europe and became increasingly popular across the continent. The first ever European coffee house was opened in Venice. The first coffee house in England opened in Oxford in 1651, and many others quickly popped up, particularly in London. Coffee houses were strictly for men only, where they could discuss business and news as well as socialize. Interestingly, it was in 1600 that a Muslim pilgrim from India named Baba Budan secretly stole 7 coffee seeds and planted them in southern India. During the American Revolution, drinking tea was seen as unpatriotic, as it was the favored drink of the British. This meant that in no time at all, coffee became the drink of choice for true US Americans. Coffee was popular, but not with everybody. King Gustav III of Sweden believed that coffee was a poison, and that people needed to be informed about its terrible effects. He commissioned an experiment to prove coffee was poisonous. Gustav located twin brothers who were facing a death sentence, and offered to have their execution commuted to life in prison. There was one condition. One brother would have to drink 3 pots of coffee a day. The other would drink 3 pots of tea. Gustav, aided by 2 physicians, would monitor the twins' health. Ironically, Gustav was assassinated soon after, and the doctors died too in time, and both convicts enjoyed a long life. The tea drinker died at age 83, and no one knows what happened to the coffee drinker. Coffee is the reason why webcams were invented. In the early 1990s, researchers at the University of Cambridge, often working long hours on new projects, relied heavily on coffee to keep them going. However, their coffee pot was located in a different room, requiring a walk to check if it was full. It became frustrating to keep walking to the coffee machine for nothing. So someone came up with an idea. They put a camera by the coffee machine to see if there was coffee before making the trip. To save time and effort, they invented the first webcam. A camera was set up to focus on the coffee pot, which then transmitted a 128 by 128 pixel grayscale image to their computers, allowing them to see the coffee level from different rooms. This simple innovation laid the groundwork for the development of modern webcams. Maybe it's a coincidence, but the Guinness World Record holder for oldest cat ever, a 38-year-old kitty named Creme Puff, drank coffee every morning. But wait, don't give coffee to your pet cat or dogs. Caffeine contains substances called methylxanthins that are very dangerous to cats as well as dogs. Talking about cats, Kopi Luwak is the world's most expensive and rare coffee, which is made from civet cat poop. Yes, you heard it right. The coffee Kopi Luwak is a type of specialty coffee that traditionally comes from Indonesia, from the beans that are partially digested and excreted by civet cats. If you thought civet's poop was the only animal excreta used in making premium coffee, enter elephant's poop. Another of the world's priciest coffee beans is hand-picked from elephant dung. Ever since the Kopi Luwak craze began more than a decade ago, coffee connoisseurs have sought unusual ways to make the perfect brew. An entrepreneur in Thailand, Blake Dinkin, doesn't use civets to process his beans. He uses elephants. And there is also monkey spit coffee. Monkey spit coffee is a rare coffee that is very popular in India and Taiwan. The monkeys in southern India are quite fond of the sweet coffee cherries. They chew and spit out the beans, which have a thin outer layer around it. Later, those beans are fermented through the enzymes present in the monkey's saliva, which enhances the flavor of the coffee with a distinct taste. So many interesting facts about coffee and its rich history. As you can see, coffee is not just a drink, but it is also a means of social interaction. Whether you're a solid coffee addict or just coffee curious, we hope these coffee facts have given you something to ponder as you enjoy an aromatic cup of the good stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something new. Like and subscribe your fact buddy, Factosopher. See you next time with more interesting facts.